we're back with another special week of Run With It with myself, Royce, and yours truly, Cody J. The reason I say special is just because we had another special guest. And we know when they get on here, I hope y'all really enjoy it, what this young lady has to say. And I think it'll be pretty good, you know? And oh, by the way, the thumbs up wasn't for you Aggie fans. Sorry. Hook 'em, baby.
Or whatever Colorado does now. Bandwagon fan.
Oh, yeah. Buffalo fan.
Coach Prime.
Prime. Alright, so we'll get into it.
Alright, we're going to start it off with last week's football game. Columbus took on Rice here at home, and it was another high-scoring affair that was one-sided. The Cardinals 56-7 against the rival Rice Raiders.
Would you consider it a rival anymore?
I just feel like this rivalry, there's only maybe been one or two games that were really tight. I feel like, I feel like in the 90s when I grew up, Columbus was on top. And then in the 2000s, Rice was doing what we used to do to them. Yeah. And then now it just goes in waves.
Yeah, after a while. Oh, maybe that's just me.
Maybe I paid attention a little more. I grew up in Eagle Lake, so I knew all the guys that were playing in the 2000s.
Right.
So maybe I paid attention a little more.
I think they can.
You were still in diapers. You didn't know what you're doing.
Still, I think we should reconsider if this should be a rivalry. Still moving forward. I get it. We got history, but history ain't been on the other opposite side for a long time.
It's been a while. We're reaping the benefits.
So like Cody was saying, for the Cardinals, it was another big point night, man.
56.
56 big points we put on the rival, the Rice Raiders. Let's start with the quarterback, man. Adam Schobel threw the ball pretty consistent throughout the night. Only had 12 attempts, went 9 for 12, 192 yards, and 4 touchdown passes, with his longest being 53 yards.
Pretty efficient.
Rushing the ball, we ran really, really good running the ball. 9 carries for 144, 3 touchdowns. Tavon Whitehead.
Up to 11 now in the season.
Up to 11. Receiving. Still again, we're still showing that we got a pretty tight receiving core, led by senior Jackson Hancock. He had 4 receptions for 95 yards, but his longest been 41 yards with 3 touchdowns of the night. Freshman Braylon Fisher, 2 for 62, with his longest of the night being a 53-yard
touchdown
pass right in the breadbasket. Adam dropped it right to him. Anthony Shorter, 1 reception for 20 yards, and Camden Pittsford, 2 receptions for 15 yards. So a lot of, really getting the ball spread out. What we're doing and moving the ball on offense and doing stuff like that. I think we're really getting into the groove of what the offense is going to be like.
Yeah, unfortunately, we haven't really been tested, so we can't see. When you're passing the ball only 12 times a game, we don't get to really see too much because up big, up quick, which I understand. You need to get them out. Yeah, no point in hurting anybody.
But we're showing consistency. We just move the ball, spread it out a little bit. All right, let's run it some more. Boom, boom, boom. So we're getting the production we need.
No interceptions on the season.
No interceptions.
No really bad throws that I've seen in the last 3 games. And
we're taking care of the ball.
Yes.
No fumble, like you said, no interception, no turnovers. And if you're doing that right now, heading in the district, man, that's pretty good, So
this last week, your Columbus Cardinal football team showed up as number 2 on the Dave Campbell's poll and 5 on Max Preps. So not bad there. On to cross country. Our cross country team met in Moulton this week. Chloe Ross came in 7th, while Kaylee Foster was 8th. On the boys' side, Will Fitzgerald came in 15th, while Elijah Owen came in 19th. So good showing there for those 4. Speaking of rankings, our Lady Cards have now moved into 2nd in both the Volleyball Insiders and the Max Preps poll. So kudos to them for that, which goes into our next section, which is volleyball. Lady Cards took on Rice last Thursday. First district game of the season. That one was also a quick one. They won in straight sets along with the JV and the freshmen. Tribe led the way with 9 aces and 8 kills. Gracie Schobel and Ellie Brown led the way with a couple blocks. On the assist side, Sage Thomas had 24. And on the dig side, Kaylee Niesner led the team. Good start again for the Lady Cards volleyball program. Got that first district win under their belt. Looking to roll more, which they did. On Tuesday, they played Hallettsville. In Hallettsville, again, Lady Cards straight set win. JV freshman also won. So starting the season off 2-0 in district. Mandola led the way in that one with 6 aces. Tribe had 15 kills. Mandola and Morrow had 3 blocks. On the assist side, Thomas again with 28. And on the digs, Thomas with 12. So Lady Cards starting off again a district season undefeated, looking to make another run. Not only winning the district championship, but making a deep run in the playoffs again.
It's unfinished business all the way around, from volleyball to football, man. Like I said, we spoke on it so much about what's the goal, and what type of team do you want to see this year, and they're displaying it, at all levels, no matter if it's freshman, JV, varsity. Everybody seems like every team has the same goal. Hey man, we're gonna win some games this year.
Yeah.
Obviously for the varsity, for them they're playing for a bigger goal, but still, the whole mentality from volleyball and football, everybody's on the same page. Like man, we don't just want to just beat people. We want to get the recognition. We want to do this and that. We're ranked number 2. Both sides getting recognition. Which how kind of after a while, man, you get tired of getting disrespect.
Yeah.
You make these runs, you do this and that. People think, oh, they just gonna fall off again. Nah, I don't have that sense. I don't have that sense. Do you have that sense this year?
No, they have a different mindset this year. They've been there twice. They know what it takes. They know what not to do. They know how to prepare. I mean, they're like a big family. That team there, and you can really tell the difference. I mean, can you see it? I mean, I know you're not around his volleyball as much as me, but can you tell when you're around them?
Yeah, and they're humble and well coached, extremely well coached. And like you said, you can just tell. Like I'm not around too much, and I do need to go to more volleyball games, so I apologize on that. But just when I do talk to some of the players or the coaches, something like that, man. Like I said, they had a big family feel with each other, and it's just like we all do this together. Playing this together, this is what we work on, we practice on, and this is the goal for us to do. And, so I'm not surprised by it. It's something that you have to build that stuff within. If you want to achieve something, you have to build it within, and everybody has to be on the same level to believe that. It's culture, and culture has been built for volleyball, which is as well as with football.
And speaking of the culture that the Lady Cards volleyball program has created. You're going to hear a lot more about it with our special guest that we'll have for you here, and pretty soon. Something you're not going to hear these girls talk about is individual stats. They don't talk about it. It's all team. It's team wins. That's all that matters. But I am going to throw a couple of these little stats out there. I got these not too long ago. Sage Thomas is on pace to pass the 4,000 assist mark next week, which is a crazy number. It's a number I don't think anyone. Maybe in school history is even close to. She's been on varsity since her freshman year and started, and she just put up stats every year. Great setter. And another one is Allie Tribe is on set to pace 2,200 kills next week. So she's getting closer and closer to that, I think, 24:01 mark set by Wisnowski for the all-time kills lead. So a couple little tidbits there. And now, welcome to the podcast, 2-time district MVP, UTSA commit, Allie Tribe. Allie Tribe! All right, Allie. We talked about those great accomplishments, but what is it like playing on such a great team? I mean, y'all have had such a great run the last 3 years.
I mean, they've been my best friends forever. Half of them I went to junior high with. We just all click. I've been very lucky to be blessed with people like them, and couldn't have asked for anything better to work with.
Yeah, I mean, it's great playing with great teammates. I mean, a lot of times you see all the great stats and all that kind of other stuff, but the camaraderie that y'all built has really turned into this great run we've had because I believe the year that y'all were freshmen, the year before, volleyball team didn't even make the playoffs. And then the next year, we took it, I think, 3 rounds against a really good team and then 2 state tournament appearances now, looking for our 3rd.
Yeah, for sure.
So with that being said, how important is the camaraderie, your teammates?
I mean, we all just kind of focus on bringing each other up because sometimes we will be like, oh, that person's frustrating me, but we all have to learn because it's like we live together pretty much. Whenever we're all seeing each other every day at school, practice, even after at team dinner and everything. But it's crazy how special it is that we don't want to rip each other's heads off. Like, we actually really do enjoy each other's company. So we've just been really blessed because a lot of teams really don't have that. And the talent that we're obviously blessed with, but that just gives it a plus.
Well, it's like a sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like sisters.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Some of even the younger underclassmen, I know they can kind of get hurt a little bit.
No, actually, this year we actually have a lot of really talented underclassmen. But I know what you're talking about, but for sure.
And two, I mean, those underclassmen, they grew up watching y'all start that run, and now they're part of that team. So it's
they want it. They want it just as much as we do. So for sure, I would say that they have the same mindset.
And being able to get them all on the same page, like, hey, I know y'all are new. You know what I'm saying? This is some of y'all's first year on varsity. You know, kind of got to get used to how things been running and stuff like that. So I mean, you being one of the senior leaders, you know, that kind of your job to kind of get them adjusted, kind of get them rolling, and you know, because you know, like it's a team. You don't want nobody, no falling pieces. It's bits and pieces you got to put together. So new faces, stuff.
Yes,
people that haven't played positions before got to rotate, do stuff, you know. So I know that's part of the biggest thing, one of the biggest things too.
Oh, yes, sir, 100%. I would say that.
How the practices?
We definitely try to stay as focused as possible. We try not to do anything too crazy that's like obviously could result in an injury, or we try to keep doing the same thing. I mean, we've made it to state past 2 years, so you don't want to try to change too much, because if you do, then you might end up the opposite. You might end up failing. So we try to not necessarily do the same thing, because I mean, we've been coming up with new plays recently to help switch it up, because everybody's out to beat us in every single sport. Everybody wants to beat Columbus. So I mean, we just have to keep the same mindset no matter who we're playing.
And y'all are hungry as well. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You know, making it the past 2 years, you know what I'm saying? Y'all seen it. Y'all know what it takes. So now, from the moment y'all started preseason, bi-district games, whatever it was, we know where we want to go. It's just getting there again. And like you said, making those small adjustments.
Getting over the hump.
You know, over that hump. You know, stuff like that. Like you said, y'all seen it. Y'all know what it takes. So it makes y'all even more like, we need it.
Semi-final game, like coming home with, especially even coming home with the bronze in basketball too. I'm like I want something new, and it's definitely getting over that hump, and I know every single one of us is hungry for it, so I'm excited. Really.
Yeah, I feel like the first year we made the state tournament 2 years ago, it was kind of like, I can't believe we just did this. It happened. It happened. And then the next year we were expecting to get there, and we got there, and results, you know, just didn't turn out. Now's the year of like
business.
Now, we've been there twice. We don't want to just show up.
Yeah,
we want to win.
For sure.
And speaking of, I mean, Columbus has been, I think, to the state tournament 5 times in volleyball. And we've never won a game. We've actually only won 1 set in those 5 matches. So just to win a game, of course, goal is championship, but just to get into the state championship game is something that a lot of our sports have not done.
For sure.
Like I said, I'm excited to see y'all in that postseason, because I know
it's the best part of the year.
The best part of the year, man. You know, and just the practices are different. You know, the meetings, it's more focus, it's more attention to detail. You know, y'all are even more pumped as a team. You know, because like, we're finally here. Now since we're here, we got some unfinished business we got to take care of.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter if we're first round playing a 4th place team if we come out. And one of our biggest goals so far is like to come out undefeated in district.
Right.
So once that's over, it's like, okay, like we might not have as much competition the first round, but like we still need to stay focused, because we do have some teams in our district that aren't near as strong as the others. But those are the teams that we might face in playoffs. So you just have to.
Yeah, can't underestimate anybody. Anything can happen in sport.
Of course not.
Your coaching staff, man, how have they helped y'all? You know, just playing for them for 4 years and stuff like that, man. What's been the biggest part that you just really liked about?
I mean, at this point, they're like second moms to all of us. Like we, freshman year, like obviously super nervous, and we were definitely very like, oh my goodness, especially Sage Ember and I being on varsity as freshmen. It was definitely very intimidating, but like if you learn to trust their process and their mindset, like it's what's got us so far. I love like us. I mean, especially with Coach Wisnowski coming in, from her having her state appearance and her experience. Yeah. She's going to help a lot. And Coach Higgins coming in my freshman year, I believe. She was a big part of our success, and just Coach Chester and Coach Johns, they've always been a great duo together. So it's super fun working with everyone.
All right, as much as you'd expect from a committed D1 athlete, one of the leaders on the team, I feel like you celebrate harder when your teammates do stuff than you.
I just feel like I want good for everyone on the team, and everybody else does too. Right. And I don't know, it just makes me so happy seeing other people succeed, and like whenever they want it just as much as I do, because I mean I want to win state so bad. Like that has been my dream since I was a little girl, like winning state title. So like I'm digging as deep as I possibly can every single game, and I just, whenever somebody else says something good, I'm just like like they want it too. Like it just makes me so happy. It's so fun.
I mean, I played golf in college. I mean, it was at a D3 school. I wasn't no D1 football player like you, Royce. So, I mean, we had 2 D1 people here. D3, that's like D.
College is college, man. No matter where you go play ball or what sport, you're still getting that. You're still competing.
Yeah.
You still get another chance to do that, But, I mean, and you'll find out firsthand when it's time for you to go to UTSA and stuff like that. But, one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give you until you're there is keep focusing on what's here now. It's going to be there. College is going to be there. That's already set in stone. That's already written. Like you said, you want state. You got unfinished business. You got to take care of. So even before I had went and graduated high school, I was already committed to play football already. I had unfinished business with track. I went all 4 years for state. Never won until my senior year. I got second my junior year. But I had unfinished business. I was like, man, I'm not going to leave this high school until I win state. Until I get there again and actually win it. So, that's one of the things that advice I would give you and the rest of your team. Handle your business. The future is out there. It's already written. It's already taken care of, So if you want it, man, it's right there for y'all once again.
I'm so excited.
I mean, our senior year, we went to the state tournament. Your senior year, you won state, so maybe next up.
It's already written, man.
We've had a lot of first ever lately.
Yep.
Hopefully.
And history already repeats itself. You know what I'm saying?
That's will.
We already done it 2 years in a row. We got there.
You know what to expect.
I'm going to get it.
Oh, for sure.
Like I said, I'm excited. I'm ready to watch y'all get in the postseason. Y'all already achieving what y'all achieving now. But the biggest goal is still out there waiting for y'all.
For sure.
I don't know if you've thought about this yourself or whatever, but of course we still have our playoff season this year to come up. But what does it feel like to be a part of probably the most successful 4-year stretch in an already successful Columbus volleyball program? Like for the history.
I mean, it just gives me chills. Like whenever I'm older, I'm going to be able to look back at it and be like, wow, I was a part of something so special, because it is. It is so special. And Coach Johns would say the exact same thing. She always says it gives her chills, how amazing and how blessed we are to have athletes that want good for each other and just want to be better. So it's something I'll always remember, and I'll never forget it.
I mean, Coach Johnson knows she graduated with me, and during our little era, that was another great volleyball era. We had your mom was there back then. We had Melissa Munch. She went to Texas A&M. Back before there was even travel ball. I mean, she got recruited by Texas A&M. So, we've had great volleyball athletes over the last 2 or 3 decades. So just crazy to watch.
Yeah, it comes full circle, man.
How fast it got on.
It does.
Kind of like football now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, coming back to the coaching staff, I feel like Coach Johns has, you talk about your team chemistry, but it's not just because the three or four of y'all went to school together forever. Right. I feel like Coach Johns ingrains that in y'all because, y'all have team dinners, we have team sayings, we have, you name it, Coach Johns is always there to build that team chemistry no matter what's going on. How do you feel about?
Well, I every Monday whenever district starts, we have a guest speaker. I definitely think that brings us together. You've been one of our guest speakers. It's just we might be a tough crowd to look at because we all just zone out, but we're all definitely just soaking it in because that's what we need. We need motivation. We need inspiration. So I definitely think that that's a big thing that's kind of made all of our minds click together. But we also do little activities building up our teammates. Coach Johnson posted on Sports U where we just say positive things about each other.
Right.
Today we were playing a game on the floor before we started practice. We're always finding ways to make each other, like each other more, but just surround ourselves with people who don't bother us.
And I feel like you can have all the talent in the world. You know this because you played at so many different levels. All the talent in the world, but if you don't like each other, It don't matter.
Yeah, you have to be one. At the end of the day, you gotta be one, man. All that, whatever outside, inside stuff, like, man, look, y'all the family. Whatever happens within the family stays within the family. Y'all hash it out. Hey, we gotta go, man. We have to fix this stuff. We gotta get this stuff together. Everybody gotta be on the same page.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's good that y'all do that. You find new things, bits and pieces, and stuff. Y'all learning new things about each other too. There's stuff you haven't learned about your teammates. Like, oh, I didn't know you like that. I kind of like that too. And so, a few more people on the team like that type of stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not saying there's no like ups and downs, because believe me, we have our times where we butt heads like siblings. Like it literally is a family.
Right.
So like we definitely, not saying we're perfect by any means, but we always find a way to work it out. Like there's no time ever we're just like, okay, just get over it. Like it's fine. Like we'll figure it out, go to practice. It's done.
That's like many times you'll see a team that's just loaded with talent, and they just don't get along, and they're playing a team. It looks like they have no talent at all, but the cohesion, it's over.
Yeah, we went to that Pflugerville 6A tournament, and we beat some teams that I was like, and the Battle of the Brazos tournament, I was like, I would have never thought that we would have beat them, but you see them yelling at their teammates, us.
Not listening to
coaching. We
coaching.
never do that. Yeah, never listen to coaches. Like, it just makes such a big difference even in that.
I'm telling you, y'all in the mode right now. Y'all got time for all that right now.
The train's rolling.
So when y'all do get to state tournament again, and something bad happens, or like whatever, you're down a little bit, okay, we good.
We've been here.
Everybody, I know I can count a person that's on the left and right of me. We good. So no, definitely, man. That's part of it.
And then too, speaking of the camaraderie, I mean the bench. So I mean some of those girls may never, especially in tight games, may never get in. But again, they're cheering just as hard as if they just accomplished something.
Exactly. I mean, everybody again wants good for each other, and it all started my sophomore year. I would definitely say, like, we were like, all right, like we had some players that were like, we're not going in the game. They knew their role. Yeah. They found out their role, and ever since then, our bench has been like
phenomenal.
Just phenomenal, and always into every single play. It doesn't matter. Like it's awesome to be a part of.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Usually when we have interviews with top-notch athletes, we talk a lot about individual stats. And as you can tell in this one, we didn't really talk about individual stats too much. And I think that goes into the culture that Coach Johns has built with the Lady Cards, and the way these girls believe, not only in themselves, but in one another. So I see bright things coming here for the Ladies Cards in this upcoming postseason. We got to get through district first. So it's been a pleasure having you on today, Allie. So also on Friday, it's Allie Tribe's birthday, so make sure if you see her, you give her some love and tell her happy birthday. So I appreciate y'all watching this. Allie Tribe, Allie. Unfortunately, this week we do not have any video highlights, but we will have them for the next episode, so we apologize for that.
On another note, it's been another great episode with myself, Royce, and Cody J. Pretty soon we'll have some merch coming out, Run With It stuff, and some of your small town preps, Cardinal merch too, that'll be coming out too as well, But thank y'all, and we'll see y'all again on another episode.
We coming.
Run With It.